So this is the Galaxy A36 5G, and I gotta say, if I had a loved one that was being held for ransom and the only requirement was to name a budget phone, this wouldn't cross my mind. Honestly, we've come a long way to call $400 budget friendly. Samsung has this way of picking certain things from certain phones and sort of Frankensteining it together to make a concoction that typically didn't work in the past, but in this case, it's different. Here in the awesome black color, this phone is kitted with 128 gigs of storage, 6 gigs of RAM, a Qualcomm 6475 chip, a 50 megapixel wide camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro. For this price point, I'm not too sure why they picked a 5000 milliamp hour battery, but they kind of saved it when they added 45 watt fast charging. Alright, taking a look at this 6.7 Full HD Super AMOLED display, and it's kind of hard to understand why this phone exists. I mean, it has an under-display fingerprint sensor, but it doesn't support wireless charging, but it has a glass back. Confused? Yeah, me too. Ugh. Just doing the initial setup, and I gotta say, I don't remember the A35 being this hesitant. I don't want to say laggy, but it is definitely hesitant. The Qualcomm chip is definitely noticeable in this device, and I gotta say, the only thing that's saving it is gonna be that screen. Of course, Samsung does screens the best, and this one comes with a very vibrant one, along with 120 Hz refresh rate, but that's about the only thing that's good about it. That chip is definitely holding it back. So I had this phone for a couple of days, and I found myself constantly asking, who is this phone for? I mean, you got Motorola over here with the Moto G Stylus 5G that has a wireless charging capability, but it's cheaper. And then you got Google over here with the Pixel, and it has the whole package. So who is this phone designed for? I mean, if you wanted a budget Samsung, would you just go for the Galaxy A16 or spend a couple extra hundred and get the Galaxy A56 for better quality, better speed, more features? I mean, who is this phone for? That's the question I always ask when I had this phone. Nevertheless, I have to say I really enjoyed the camera on this device. I had fun taking pictures with the wide and ultra wide camera. I will say it did come out at times a bit oversaturated, but after the processing was done, the phone pretty much worked out the kinks by itself, and that was very reassuring. Now the rear camera does come with optical image stabilization, and it can shoot in 4K up to 30 frames per second. Now that's only on the wide. On the ultra wide, it's going to drop down to 1080p, which isn't terrible at this price point, but my question is, are you willing to spend $399 on this phone, or would you rather save up and spend it on the Google Pixel 9a or even the iPhone 16e, which technically isn't a budget phone, but it is their budget phone. Anyway, it's been great. See you guys in the next one.